Yes, another day, another opportunity. And first of all, we're already at day 20. And as I shared yesterday, of course, today I'm going to be sharing what I will be actually building over the next 80 days. But first of all, a little recap on the last 20 days, because I think this journey already has showed me a lot of different things. It learned me a lot of different things. But next to that, it's also a lot of like experimenting and trying new things. And how can I easily make sure that a video like this, that there's also value in it, because I could be talking about anything that I do, but then the other side, I also want it to be valuable. So it is part of the reflection that I'm currently doing in terms of like, how can I make sure that, of course, I keep on giving you enough value that you can also take the next steps. So probably there's going to be a bit more strategy in place, thinking about like what I will be sharing, and maybe some more videos that are actually about a specific subject. So not more like a daily vlog thing or a daily update, but more of like an actual thing that you could be like searching for or actually be getting to. It's one of the things I learned in the 1K YouTube challenge. Still, I'm learning every day, and YouTube is still new to me, so I'm playing with that. I just hope, as long as you enjoy it, that you of course subscribe, keep joining this journey. And honestly, I don't know what's coming out of it. I have no idea whether this is gonna really help my business to get more out there, to really kickstart the new business, or just make new connections, or maybe it's just getting the experience in talking more into a camera. I don't know yet. And until this moment, for me, it feels all very exciting. Also a bit, cautious, a bit like holding back. I think it's still playing around with it. And I think at the end of the day, it's what personal, like in your private life and business, what it's all about. We need to keep playing. I'm doing that continuously with the little one. And I think we should be playing a little bit more. I'm playing a bit unsafe, maybe. Just give it a go and see what happens. So, well, here we are still in the 100-day challenge. We at least have 80 days more to come. So as I said, I don't know what's coming out of it, but we will see at the end, because I'm really looking forward to that last day, or actually recap. And maybe we extend it then, and maybe not. We will see. For now, back to, of course, the thing why I kind of started this as well, is to launch something new, to build something new. And actually why I combined it with the video challenge is that it puts a stick behind the door. I'm not really sure if it's if it's a phrase that's being used that much. In Holland, in Dutch, we do that quite a lot. It's a stok achter de deur. So it's a stick behind the door. So make sure you actually keep doing it. Which in this case, I think really helps. Because if I need to create a video and I have nothing to tell you, then it also means to me that it's a day that I kind of lost. And of course, these things happen. As I shared earlier, some days you might not be that productive as you want it to be. That's all fine. But this is also one of the reasons why I want this business and this project that I launch, that it's becoming a success. Because I will be sharing with you right now what it is. And it is to do with data, it has to do with automations, and it has to do with AI. Three different, or not really different, three important factors that I think every business needs. But also, you need it in your personal life, because I have a watch that tracks my data. I have things in my phone that are current automations. You have that easily in an Apple, in an iPhone. Of course, you have that function of doing automations and anything like that. Data is just telling you a lot, and AI is becoming part of our lives. It's something we can't ignore. And if you think like you can ignore it, please think twice, because AI is not getting out of our lives anymore. I've been working for a company 8 years ago, or even further maybe, but let's say 8 years ago, and we already were thinking about it then. We were already creating models, and we were already creating marketing campaigns around it. That was already back then, and then it was quite expensive. Now it's like at the tip of your fingers, you could use it. So it's one thing that I want you to be aware of. AI is here to stay. And yes, it is there to maybe replace people, but for sure you need it as your assistant. You need it to help you. And that's one of the things that I want to achieve there as well. So this whole project is going to be around data, automation, and AI. And in that combination as well. So as you can see here, I created already kind of a dashboard around it with data. So we can actually see what's going on within our business, within our marketing, and take the next steps there. Also, I've drawn out here a few automations already. So I know which steps need to be taken if a certain action happens. As soon as AI becomes even more, that it can think for itself basically, I don't even need to think about the part of the trigger. So when does something need to be activated? The AI, let's call it the AI, because it's not a real thing yet, but call the AI, it will think for itself and it will then decide, okay, now I need to do this or now I need to do that. Well, all that combined with automations, make sure that if you have an off day, and I think this is the most important part with the triple combination, is that if you're having a day off, whether it's you're on holiday, whether it's you're sick, whether you simply don't feel like it, these systems will keep going. They will run without you. And how great is it that they can keep pushing forward every single day? They don't need a break. They don't need to have a pay rise. They don't need anything else. They can just keep working for you. Maybe they give you a signal like, I need some input from you. Well, great. That's how it should be working. So this is for me the part where it will become work smarter and not harder, become even more relevant. And I also want this to be something that can be used in your personal life as well. Again, this is why I have a watch tracking everything. Of course, there's an Aura ring and anything around that, which also tracks the thing. But still, you can track it. But if you can't do anything with it, what? Like, you have the data, but you're not doing anything with it. So what's the purpose? Then don't track it. Like, there's no purpose. So keep that in mind for anything that you're doing yourself. Because to me, data is so important that in that case, if you have the data, you should be anticipating on it. And if you're not, then simply you're losing, you're missing out. You're not losing, you're missing out. So keep that in mind for anything that you do yourself. Anyway, back to the project or back to what I'm currently building. It has to do a lot with data, getting data insights. Make sure you know what's going on in your business, know what is performing, know what you could be doing better. But also with the automations, directly optimize it, directly anticipate on it, make it better, make it smoother, make the process just better. Maybe there are a few things you need to replace with a different tool. Maybe there are, sorry to say, but maybe there are people that can be replaced because an automation is cheaper and will make sure that it's done correctly once configured correctly. So yes, there are things where we can be replaced. On the other side, there's still that human factor that we still need at very different points in a customer journey. So that's something to think about as well. And of course, like plugging the AI into it, that really is gonna help you. It's not directly gonna make sure that everything is being done for you, but it's gonna help you to come up with new ideas, to come up with new text writing, copywriting. It's coming up with potentially new ideas where you could play around, but it doesn't know whether it's actually gonna live in the real world. So that's something for you to be thinking about. How can I use that in my advantage? And this is the whole reason why I want at some point as well that based on the data, the AI is gonna tell me what my next step should be. And of course, that's something I will be implementing. But the best part is I will be helping entrepreneurs to make sure that they can utilize data, automations, and AI to the best of their ability without doing it themselves. So I will help you implement this in a way that it actually can directly work for you. Because I know you don't have time for it. I know that an entrepreneur is not like directly involved in all the day-to-day business. And even if you might be, you have thousands of other things to do. And then there's that AI that you also need to do, and automations, and you need to look at your data. And there's so many things we need to do in a day. And for me, really the goal is, as I said, work smarter, not harder. So how can we optimize everything that you have going on, how can we optimize that? How can we make that better? How can we make sure you don't need to do everything, but how can we make sure these processes are being either outsourced, being automated, so you keep time spare to do the things you really like and the things you're really good at. And probably the things only you can do, because there are probably a few things that only you can do and that you really can't outsource. And trust me, those are a lot more than you think. I've noticed that myself. I'm still noticing that at some point that other people are just simply better in certain things than others. And especially I'm very much a person that wants to keep everything close to himself, because kind of maybe a control freak. I just want to have it done my way. And if it's in another way, then I don't fully believe in it. Maybe that's something bad, maybe that's something good. But I believe that if you do it my way, it's the best way, at least for my business. Still, I'm there to help the other entrepreneur to understand you, what you really want. And I hope that I can then visualize that and make sure that we actually create something that's gonna work for you. So you have time spare to do other things. You have time spare to maybe go out for a run, train for a marathon, go for an Ironman. Maybe the same like me. Or maybe you're just like, I just want to relax. I don't want to do anything. I just want to have a play around with the kids a little bit more. That's also fine. There are so many things you can do with the time you're freeing up, and also the money you're freeing up eventually. But that's something you need to all take in consideration. So again, there's a lot that I've been going on and a lot that I will definitely be share in all these different parts as well, because I think the three parts are as important as combined as they are single from each other. So data, automations, and AI. And if there's anything you feel like, I need help in that, or hey, let me know your vision on this or on that, I'm very happy to help you and have a look with you and see what options you have. And that's really my goal. And as I said, the biggest goal is that we work smarter and not harder. And so with that being said, like making sure that we can enjoy a lot more what we're doing and that we're not being stressed because we work 24/7. I know how it is. And yes, we love our work. That's why we have become entrepreneurs. But then the other side, there's also the other factor, which is family, which is more enjoying. And well, there's just so many things we want to do. So that's of course like the whole business part, and that's something I'm really like a fan of and really want to keep building. On the other side, there's also that personal part, that data part, and really like the personal part in terms of health, in making sure you're feeling fit and energized and anything around that. I'm not gonna say that's gonna be a project now. That's something that I might include in that whole thing, because I believe that personal and business can be together. But we need to figure out how. So that's something I might use as an extension later on. But for now, I just keep the business focus. So that's going to be data, automations, and AI. Combine the three. So this can actually work for you. And think about it in automations as well. It's going to be chatbots. It's going to be automated workflows, data entries. There's so many things you can automate. Social media publishing, content writing. Call it whatever you want. There is so much possible. So if there's anything that you think like, can we do this or can we do that? Drop it below or send me a message and we will be looking into it together. So this is my reach out to you. If you have anything that you think, I have an idea, but I don't know how to visualize that and how to create that, then just get in touch with me and we will work it out together. Because that is my job for now. I want to get working with you to figure that out. Well, that was it for now. I will be sharing a lot more, of course, behind the scenes on how the building actually goes on. But as I said, I need to find a bit of the balance between the daily updates and making sure that, of course, I give you even more value. But let me know what you like as well. Do you like to have the daily updates as well, combined with even more value on the specific subjects? Then let me know in the comments. And don't forget, if you're there, leave also the subscribe and the like, because it will help me a lot and it will help me a lot to understand what you are actually looking for. So that will help me and eventually help you as well, because I'm here to help you out and making sure we get a better lives together. So that was it. That was it for today. I'm gonna smash it back into it. And for now, I just wish you the best day and the rest of the week ever. And let's stay in touch. And probably I see you tomorrow, because then this challenge, of course, will continue. I'm not sure if it's just about building this or if it's gonna have a little twist around it. There's only one way to find out. You will see tomorrow.